Brock and Sindri were fan favorites in the last game, so I think that all the work that we've put into Svartalfheim is going to make all the other dwarves shine.
Just everything from the main hero cast you see to the creatures, the gods, and monsters that you come across. The hope is that we get something that feels unique and stands up to the history and the legacy of what the God of War franchise has always done. I feel like from the first games, that was a similar approach that they were doing.
Come in.
What in all yarns be the happened to him?
The materials stand out instantaneously. So when you see our characters on the screen, we want you to almost like them immediately or have a connection to them to some extent before even interacting with them.
As art director, I get the chance to collaborate with all the departments because we want to make sure the factions feel correct, all the races belong to where they're supposed to be, like all the realms have very specific characteristics about them to make sure it all fits within the God of War universe.
Sorry, one more thing. Although, these are gifts I'm giving to you, so I shouldn't be sorry and you should be thankful. Anyways, here, please be careful.
In the God of War 2018, we saw Brock and Sindri, where they're from, and a great part of that, too, is we want to make sure that we expand the cast. You know, we've just seen a little bit of what was represented, and that was something that we hadn't seen, or that both the environments and characters had a cohesiveness that felt like every inch of it felt like it went together and was designed specifically by them. And again, that's something that we haven't seen in some of the other realms and is unique to these characters and their location. And the hope, it all goes together and creates a feeling within a realm that you're excited to see, feels unique, and really creates that sense of wonder where you want to go back.
Designing a character to match the geography around it. First, the biz dev team and the narrative team and the story team, they make sure the character is designed for features that fit in with what they need.
You're able to see them and they stand out for the combat experiences with the character.
To go through the level, you find out a lot more about this race and the political situation that is happening while Ragnarok and Fimbulwinter is taking place.
Hey, dwarves! Oh. They're, running away.
One thing that our hope is with the cast of characters within every realm is not that it's just enemies there to kill you. We want to feel believable and that there's a wide world out there, but we want a realm that there's more outside of what you're playing. We want the fans to feel like they can go back and really visit those areas and want to go explore.
If the geysers and smell here are worse because of Fimbulwinter, maybe the earthquakes are too?
Aye.
Going into Svartalfheim, I'm really excited for players to experience all the new races that lived in that realm before. There's wildlife, it's something that kind of goes unnoticed, but we took a lot of effort to make the realm feel believable. So there's a lot in Svartalfheim, a lot to explore.
I'm really excited. After looking through some of the cinematics and playing some of the cinematics and playing through some of the puzzles, I'm so excited how water plays such a big feature in that realm, and that is so cool.
You put the power behind a move. You are in control of fire and earth and water and wind. Whether you are throwing your axe or on the receiving end of an enemy spell, the effects is what...
With the design team and the tech art team on this...
The technical implementation of creating a creature, but it's really navigating. We want to make something that makes players lean forward and focus and really try hard against that enemy and feel good about overcoming that, but we don't want to make them feel defeated if they can't figure something out. Engaging. The community cry out for more mini-bosses, bigger creatures, and enemy variety, and this time we really leaned into that. So in God of War Ragnarok, you're going to be traveling to all 9 realms, and each realm is going to have like its own. For example, in Alfheim, we're familiar with the Dark Elves, but this time around we're going to be fighting Light Elves, such as the Light Elf Warrior. We don't have to think about the camera and how close combat is going to feel. We already have that knowledge, so we can build upon the close camera that we have, and more interesting scenarios.
You will see Atreus moving more independently on his own as a companion.
I think what the players really love is the powerfulness of it. When you are playing as Kratos in God of War and moving into Ragnarok, we want to really make something bigger, make it stronger, make it more of a spectacle. You want them to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that the Blades of Chaos could get even better, but look at that.
It's going to have access to newer combos and newer abilities that will increase the combat depth of each weapon. What I enjoyed from previous God of Wars is the combat grapple, and we're going to be bringing that with a new twist.
Universal moves that brings so much more speed into the movement and the dynamic feel to it.
And choice to the shield loadout.
It really go for a shield that gears towards parrying. If you're a big blocker, then you could choose a shield that will really match your playstyle.
Building up the stun meter this time around is going to lead to different ways to basically decapitate the enemy.
Added for Kratos is his new pre-fall attacks. You could jump off a ledge, slam down on him.
I'd said it's super engaging, and as Kratos, now that you have so much mobility and that you can also take advantage of that verticality, I think it just adds such another interesting layer to a fight.
Alongside you, and sometimes even surprise you with his combo abilities too.
Actions that you'll see Atreus do leverage the fact that he's older now, he's bigger now. Magic has a different flavor.
Not side by side together. There are also a lot of mini games and player interaction moments. For example, like the puzzle systems and the set pieces. You definitely will see a lot.
Odin must have said that.
Similar to like chess and focusing on the chess pieces, each piece has its own theme and its own use. Q, or we'll add the different rings, such as what we did in the last game, that let you know that this attack is unblockable, you need to dodge it.
There's to experience the diversity of enemies that this game has to offer. You will be fighting everything from small little creatures to things that will take up the entire screen.
All of their designs run the gamut. I think each one looks so much different from the next one, and each of them have their own play styles and their own little fantasies that go into it. And so
has been sweated over, bled over, tested.
We're coming off of God of War 2018. How do you...
In God of War Winter, which is a brutal 3-year winter that is then followed by Ragnarok. It's an apocalyptic war between all the Norse gods. Kratos is understandably worried about his son and what it means for him.
You get to go on this journey with how Atreus grows into a young adult and how Kratos grows into his next era in his life, and really see kind of the parent that he's striving to be, but the person he's striving to be.
I find threads. This game is bigger than what we initially envisioned.
Ringer. But we also bring them closure, and we provide answers to a lot of the questions the first game posed. And this story is about how you process that, how you own it, and how you make it a part of yourself and grow from it. Outstanding character art, a lush and moving soundtrack and soundscape.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard?
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
We do not know what Mother wanted.
Well, I recognize that dour expression anywhere. Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
What if there was someone who could help us?
You mean Tyr, the old god of war in these lands, who is dead.
Well, for a dead man, Odin seemed pretty keen on seeing he wasn't found.
If he's out there, we gotta find him.
Come in.
What in all yarns be that happened to him?
We're trying to stop Ragnarok, to help people. And what if the only way to do that is war?
War is not the only way.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No! You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you a calm and reasonable person? In moments of crisis, panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Here!
Are you coming with us?
Well, some of them.
To the remaining realms, but director Eric Williams told me we'll get to explore all 9 in God of War Ragnarok, and that the ones we've seen before will feel new again. But without further ado, welcome to Svartalfheim, a realm that exemplifies dwarven ingenuity. I'm talking to navigate the new realm, we'll need to rely on Kratos' toolset, his weapons, and yes, his son, Atreus. In Svartalfheim, Kratos can freeze geysers by way of the Leviathan axe, dismantle pots with his blades of chaos, and command the boy to interact with out-of-reach devices. I spoke with 2 level designers about Svartalfheim's creation, and both talked about evolving the gameplay in larger spaces. The world and its mechanics reflect the narrative. In the reveal trailer, we watched Kratos and company use sled wolves to get from one far-off point to the next. But in less frozen areas, like Svartalfheim, we'll row down streams or through open waters in a canoe. Perhaps there will be more transportation methods, but for now, all of this suggests a journey vaster and bolder than what came before.
When you are at your weakest.
When fear and doubt are a burden too heavy to bear.
Remember this. You are not alone.
Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender God! For the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know of godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
only bind you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written. Make our own destiny.
PlayStation.